Today, we are diving into the absolutely glittering, high-stakes world of the Indian jewelry market. But we're not just looking at shiny things. We're looking at something way more valuable: strategy. You see, this isn't just a fight over who sells the most. It's a battle of business blueprints.
We've got three of the biggest names you can think of: PC Jeweler, Kalyan Jewelers, and the giant Titan. And looking at their latest reports, it's wild. They each have a completely different playbook for winning. So that brings us to the big question. How do you build an empire of gold in today's world?
All right, let's kick things off with our first company, PC Jeweler. And wow, their story is something else. It is a masterclass in one of the most incredible financial comebacks you will ever see.
Okay, so to really get this, you have to look at the numbers. In the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2024, PC Jeweler sales were just 48 crore rupees. Remember that number.
Now, let's fast forward just one single year. The same quarter, 1 year later. That 48 crores, it's now almost 700 crore rupees. The jump is it's absolutely mind-boggling.
I mean, let that sink in. A 1,356% increase in 1 year. This isn't just good growth. This is a company basically coming back from the dead. A total resurrection.
And look, this wasn't just a sales fluke. The whole company turned around. You can see it right here with their profit before tax. They went from losing 124 crores to making a profit of 95 crores. Every single important metric here tells the exact same story. A company that pulled itself back from the brink and is now seriously in the black.
So the natural question is, how on earth did they do it? Well, it wasn't one magic trick. It was a really disciplined plan. First things first, they fixed their finances. They made a deal with their banks and managed to cut their debt in half. And they think they'll be totally debt-free pretty soon. And what's really impressive is they did all this while keeping all their stores open, and they even grew their number of shareholders by a ton after a stock split. Just a solid, all-around execution. So, that's PC Jeweler, the comeback story. Now let's switch gears completely and look at a totally different strategy. This one is all about methodical, non-stop expansion. Let's talk about our second giant, Kalyan Jewelers. You look at this chart, and one thing just jumps out at you right away. Kalyan is playing an India-first game. I mean, yeah, they're international, but over 90% of their stores are right here. They are betting big on the domestic market, no question.
And if you zoom in on India, the plot thickens. Kalyan started in the south. That's their home turf. But now, 2/3 of their stores are outside of the south. This shows a clear-as-day strategy. Take what works and push it hard into every corner of the country.
And here's the cool part. They don't just copy-paste the same store everywhere. Their whole philosophy is what they call a hyper-local strategy. So what does it actually mean? It means a Kalyan store in Punjab is going to have different designs and a different feel than one in Bengal. They make it feel like your local jeweler, even though they're a massive national chain.
So how do you grow that fast and still stay local? Well, here's their secret weapon, the FOCO model. That stands for franchisee-owned, company-operated. Basically, a local partner puts up the cash for the store, but Kalyan runs the whole show. The branding, the systems, the inventory, it's a brilliant way for them to grow like crazy without having to spend their own money on new stores. It's asset-light and super scalable.
And is it working? You bet it is. As of June 2025, they've already launched 161 of these FOCO showrooms. This number right here, this is the sound of their expansion engine running at full throttle.
Okay, so we've seen the incredible turnaround story, and we've seen the relentless expansion engine. But there's one more player we have to talk about. The biggest of them all, Titan. And their strategy, well, it's something else entirely.
So what happens when you're the undisputed market leader? What kind of story do your official documents tell? Well, with Titan, the answer is pretty surprising.
It all starts with this cover letter. Just listen to the tone. It's so formal, so brief, almost clinical. There's no hype, no big story. Right away, the vibe is just completely different from the other two.
But here's the real kicker. You open the presentation they attached, and you start flipping through it, looking for the charts and the numbers, and you find nothing. Seriously, no sales figures, no profit growth, zero data. It's just page after page of beautiful, high-end photos of their products.
The fact that there are no numbers is the message.
So what is going on here? This isn't a mistake. It's a statement. It's a total power move. It radiates this quiet confidence that basically says, we're Titan. You already know we're doing well. Their strategy is pure, uncut brand dominance. They don't feel the need to sell you on their balance sheet because they know their brand name alone does all the talking.
Okay, so let's pull it all together now. Let's put these three radically different playbooks right next to each other and see how they stack up.
And here it is, plain and simple. You've got PC Jeweler, the turnaround, whose story is all about that jaw-dropping 1,356% growth. Then there's Kalyan Jewelers, the expansion engine, defined by their smart FOCO model and those 161 new stores. And finally, you have Titan, the silent giant, playing the long game of brand dominance, so confident they don't even have to show their cards.
So if you take one thing away from this, it should be this. In the fight to win the Indian jewelry market, the most valuable thing isn't gold or diamonds, it's strategy. Understanding the how and the why behind the numbers is everything. Each of these companies is making a huge bet on a very different path to the top.
It just goes to show you that there's more than one way to win. Success can be a shocking recovery from the brink, it can be a smart and steady build-out city by city, or it can be the unshakable confidence of an established king. So the real question for all of us is, which story do you believe in most? The comeback, the build-out, or the quiet reign of the king? That's the real battle for the Empire of Gold.